Hi guys, JP from FSiPanel. I hope you're well. On this video here we are going to fly a very short trip from Kennedy Airport to LaGuardia. What happened this morning? We flew inbound to LaGuardia. Unfortunately the airport was closed due to an emergency, so we diverted to Kennedy Airport. And now LaGuardia is open again, so we have to position the aircraft back to LaGuardia where it is expected to be for the next rotations. So that can happen. Maybe you have passengers, maybe it's empty. Here we will have some passengers, and we will fly this very short trip to LaGuardia with some surprise along the way, so you will see that. So here we are sitting on runway 31 left, and I will use the opportunity as well to answer one of the questions I received on the forum about the CANARSIE climb departure in New York, so we'll brief it in a minute. So let's jump in the cockpit and prepare everything. We are in Kennedy on runway 31 left. All right, here we are in our A320. That is the Fenix A320 today in a jet blue livery. And as you can see now, FSiPanel is preparing everything for that scenario. So I just asked the scenario to be started, and FSiPanel is doing our MCDU and will prepare the cockpit. So we are ready for departure. In around 1 minute, we'll be ready. Then we are going to discuss the SID, as this is one of the questions I had on the forum on the Kennedy 5, which is JFK 5 on the MCDU. We might have a transition which is called the CANARSIE climb. You can see it on the screen here. The CANARSIE climb has some restrictions which are very important, and you will not find this routing in your MCDU. So basically your routing will end up in Sierra I VOR, CANARSIE VOR, and then from there you have to follow the transitions, Breezy Point, CANARSIE climb, or Idlewild climb. So we have been clear CANARSIE climb, so we have to be careful here what we are doing. So let's wait until FSiPanel has finished everything there, and then we will brief exactly what we can do in our MCDU. All right, and we will be using voice only.
001, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, CANARSIE climb, maintain 3,000 feet.
Okay, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, CANARSIE climb, maintain 3,000 feet, FSiPanel 001. All right, ATC, that's done. We have acknowledged here the departure, and now what we will do is have a look at this departure. So in the aircraft right now, what we have is the JFK 5. As you can see right there, we have the JFK 5, which is basically turn left, climbing left turn toward the VOR. That's what the MCDU is doing. And then we have a discontinuity, and we cannot find in the MCDU the CANARSIE climb transition. So what does it say here? It says CANARSIE climb, climbing left turn direct to Charlie Romeo, India. That's very easy. It's in the box. Then make turn east of Charlie Romeo, India, radial 039 to remain within 4.5 miles of JFK. Then via the radial 176 CANARSIE outbound. All right. Cross 2 DME Charlie Romeo, India, or JFK radial 253 at or above 2,500 feet, which should not be any issue for us. All right, so what FSiPanel has set for us right now in our MCDU, if we go to the fix page, fix info, you can see that Charlie Romeo, India here is the reference with a radial 039. So if we look in the screen, this is the radial 039. And as per the instructions, we have to remain east of this radial. So basically we cannot cross that point because we will be in LaGuardia airspace right there. So Kennedy, this is the airspace of Kennedy like this. So we have here the radial 039, and of course the second radial you can see there is radial 176, which we can see right there. So now the Airbus, we cannot arm any VOR. So we will not be able to follow that radial with the autopilot navigating nicely on the radial. So we can follow it with the heading mode, but we're going to have to be very careful that we are not crossing that radial. So if you go to the navigation page now, VOR, you can see that the radial that has been set in the radio navigation page is again CANARSIE 176. So this is the radial we want to follow. So that's the way to do it if you depart with the Airbus. Another easy way to do is to program your MCDU to follow it automatically. So let me show you how we can do that on the Airbus. So my flight plan ends up in Charlie Romeo, India. So now what we can do is enter again a reference for the MCDU. So that's CANARSIE / which radial do you want from CANARSIE climb? I want 176. And then we put a distance. So let's say, don't put 5 miles, because maybe you'll be on vectors for 20 miles. So let's put something like 20 miles. So we have plenty of time to see it coming, and then we just put it down here. So now that is a pilot waypoint, and you can see that we are nicely exactly on the correct track. Now we have another issue here. The next waypoint that we have is for the ILS-04 left in LaGuardia. So the MCDU might turn quicker, might overturn. So basically, like after 5 miles, he says there is no way to go to 20 miles to turn back here, and the aircraft might turn by itself to the next waypoint. So how can we do? How can we force it to fly all the way down here? Just go overfly. That's the overfly key, and choose your waypoint. Now you're sure that your aircraft will go at least to 20 miles before going for the next waypoint if you don't have a discontinuity. Insert, and basically that's all we need. So basically we can now depart in nav mode, and we should have the aircraft flying perfectly well the SID CANARSIE climb. So we will try that together, and we will see if it works and if the radial is flown correctly by the Airbus. All right, so we are clear for takeoff on this short flight. Everything is done, and we just briefed the departure. We are clear 3,000 feet, which is right there. Takeoff config test is done. The packs are off. It's a pack of takeoff, and we are ready to go. So let's do the takeoff. Manflex 68, SRS, runway, auto throttle brew. Let's go. .100 knots. P1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up, nav. Let's go autopilot 1 so we can concentrate on the departure. So now the aircraft, as you can see, is turning left toward CANARSIE as expected. So we have a left turn, and we can see that the RMI is pointing toward the VOR, so everything looks good.
FSiPanel 001, contact now departure on the 135.9er of the Scenic Flight.
1359er FSI 001, thank you, bye-bye. Okay, climb. We're gonna set one pack and switch to 135.9 and flaps 1. Departure hello FSiPanel 001, 2200 on the CANARSIE climb.
FSiPanel 001, you're identified. Continue CANARSIE climb and expect a right turn shortly.
Roger, continue CANARSIE climb, FSiPanel 001. Alright, as you can see now the aircraft is reaching CANARSIE, so around 1.8 miles. The RMI is showing that the VOR is still in front of us. Soon we will see the station passage, and now we have to remain, remember, east of this radial, so that's it. And now we have to maintain that line, that's the radial 176. So the aircraft is doing it now. Speed check, flaps up. In the meantime, I set second pack on before, and now if we go to the VOR, this is the radial 176 that we have set in the radio navigation page of the MCDU. You can see that the RMI is now almost just behind us, and we should be exactly on the correct radial. So as you can see now, this is a very nice way to fly a departure if you have to follow radial. Don't forget though to put the overfly if you want to make sure the aircraft will fly 20 miles. In that case now we set 20 miles, so the aircraft will go all the way to 20 miles before doing anything else. So that's good, and we are perfectly centered, so we are complying with the SID. All right, so let's go back to the normal arc mode, and let's switch off the lights here and retract the speed brake. Here we go. And it's a short flight, so I will prepare.
FSiPanel 001, climb 4,000 feet, and be advised runway 04 is not available in LaGuardia. Expect visual runway 13.
Roger, climb 4,000 feet and expect visual 13, FSiPanel 001. All right, 4,000 feet set. Now if I go to the performance init page, we should see 4,000 feet automatically updated. We are in open climb, climbing 4,000. I will immediately set now the arrival performance page, as it is a short flight. So let's go for it. 2994. Temperature is 16 degrees. We have 020.
FSiPanel 001, turn right on heading 340 and reduce speed 220 knots.
Roger, turn right heading 340 and speed 220 knots, FSiPanel 001. So heading 340, sorry, and the speed 220, that's above green dot. So I would just go in selected mode 220 knots. Perfect. I was doing that. Now the minimum, as we are doing a visual approach, I will set 500 feet in the radio. So this is the latest time I should be stabilized on this approach, and we should be visual anyway once we start the approach. So that's like a reminder that by passing 500 minimum, if we are not fully stabilized, then we have to go around. All right, let's update the MCDU now. So here, several options. It depends how you want to fly it. Here, it's a beautiful weather, so we'll fly it manually. I will, however, select ILS 13 just to have a backup, as on the chart there is the ILS mentioned. So I will use it like this.
FSiPanel 001, you can now contact LaGuardia approach on 120.8. Have a good day.
Roger, LaGuardia on 1208, FSiPanel 001. Bye-bye. So 120.8, here we go. LaGuardia approach hello, FSiPanel 001, 4,000 feet.
FSiPanel 001, good morning. You are going to fly continue heading 340 and expect a River visual runway 13 in LaGuardia.
Roger, I'm at 4,000 feet and we prepare the River visual runway 13, FSiPanel 001. All right, so River approach. Okay, so let's finish that. Now what I will do is, as we are going for the River, I will have a look at the chart quickly. And the River starts at VZ, so what I will do is a direct to VZ, Victor Echo Zulu Echo Echo. Here we go. Insert. Now be careful, we are reverting to nav and we are clear only heading for now, so I go heading. Next waypoint, if we look, is Zetoni. We don't really need it. One waypoint that I will need is Zulu Lima November Golf Romeo, as I will fly visually, so let's put that. Zulu Lima November Golf Romeo, and that will be right there. Insert. Perfect. Then I will just clear up a little bit the mess here. Insert. And what do we have here? We have the waypoints that I've created before. I don't need it. I don't need this one either, and I will probably don't need that one either. So that's it. Now we should have an updated MCDU. I will use auto brake low, and it's a very short briefing. We are doing visual approach as per the chart here, so we expect to fly VZ, then we go to Zetoni, which is the Twin Piers. We can already see the bridge in front of us here, and then we will take the track 040 along the Hudson River to the Columbia University.
FSiPanel 001, descend 3,300 feet and you are clear River visual runway 13. Maintain 3,300 feet until the Statue of Liberty, please.
Roger, descend 3,300 feet and clear River visual runway 13 will maintain 3,300 feet until abeam the Statue of Liberty, FSiPanel 001. Great, so we are clear for the approach. So this is the bridge. Beautiful. Let's have a quick view on the right hand side. Nice. So this is a beautiful approach for the passengers and as well for the pilot, because we're going to have Manhattan and everything. Alright, so what I will do now, I will revert to track FPA so I can track. Now we are going to the first waypoint, which is VZ, that's over the bridge, the Verrazanato Narrows Bridge. Then we are supposed to take a track of around 353 to go to the twin piers that we see very well here. And by the way, you can fly this approach, this scenario with any weather you like. This is why FSiPanel is not giving any wind information in your scenario. So you feel free to fly this scenario with a weather which is a little bit more marginal. Up to you. You just need to comply with the chart, which is 3,300 feet ceiling and a visibility of 5 miles. Alright, so we are going to the next waypoint here, which is the two piers and twin piers, sorry, and after that we should take a track of 040, which will bring us just to the left of the Statue of Liberty. We can see it right there. So we are flying here, and then we will go all the way along Hudson River and go here on final. Beautiful. Of course, you could set all the points in your MCDU. Here the idea was to fly visually and to enjoy the flying. I'll use the autopilot to help me a little bit, as single pilot operation is not that easy. But as you can see, it's working quite well. Now you can buy yourself some time. As you can see, the approach is short. We have a nice sightseeing. So why do we fly so fast?
FSiPanel 001 final descent is approved. Contact now tower on 108.7 LSF landing.
Thank you. Final descent is approved. 187 FSI 001. Bye bye. Alright, what I meant by this is we can already activate here the approach. It's already there, it's done. So I will give the aircraft control on the speed, and I will start to reduce the speed to buy some time. This is how you can buy some times and have an enjoyable approach without the stress to come too fast. So let's go flaps 1. Alright, let's have a look to the right hand side for the passengers. Here they don't see yet Manhattan, but for us, if we look outside, we have the Statue of Liberty we passed, and now we are going along the Hudson River. We can see here a very nice view on Manhattan. And we have final descent approved, so let's go down. I will set here 4,000 feet, we are visual, so no need to level off at any altitude, as we are fully visual now. We have started our approach. I will go ILS, so I have a reference on my altitude. And as you can see, I'm flying perfectly toward the waypoint where we are supposed to turn on final. So let's go down so we enjoy the view, and let's see what the passenger can see on the right hand side here. They can just see the top of the Empire State Building, so that's another point that we have on the chart here. Liberty. Great. Let's go flaps 2. And I will keep the speed for now at 160 knots. 2,500 feet, checked. Nicely established there. Here I have to contact the tower as well. Tower, hello, this is FSI 001. We're on visual runway 13.
FSiPanel 001 tower, very good morning. You are number 2 for the approach. Continue, and in case of blow-around, climb 3,000 feet on the runway.
Roger, continue, and in case of missed approach, runway 3,000, FSI 001. Alright, here we go. 3,000 feet, so I can set now 3,000 feet.
FSiPanel 001, runway 13, clear to land.
Clear to land 13, FSI 001. Alright, we are clear to land. I start the right turn now. This is the university. And we arm the approach. You can see lock and glide slope nicely captured now. Lock and glide slope captured. Turning final. Let's have a quick look. On that side is beautiful. You see here the Central Park and Manhattan. So let's finish the work and then we can enjoy the view. So lock and glide slope capture, missed approach altitude is set. Let's go on manage speed, gear down. We set the lights and we arm the speed brake. Here we go. Flaps 3. Runway is in front of us, visual, and flaps full. And a last look on the right. That's probably the best approach you can do in New York, I'm quite sure. Alright, let's do the landing checklist. So a landing checklist, go on altitude 3000 feet set. Then we have cabin crew advise and the ACAM memo. We have landing, no blue. So we are all good and we can continue the approach. Perfect, stabilize at 500 feet. So that's my latest point to be fully stabilized, 500 feet. As you can see, we are reaching there. The aircraft will tell us very soon that we are at that point. I will take the aircraft manually and do the landing. So you can again practice that at any weather you like. Feel free. Okay, 500 feet.
500.
Checked. Disconnecting the autopilot now. And we go for a landing. I'm below glide on the PFD, but I'm on the PAPI, so I will follow the PAPI.
100.
Light slope.
Yeah, on PAPI.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
All right. Decel, we have reversers. Out of reverse, 60 knots is passed, vacating to the right.
FSiPanel 001, take a second right on Alpha and contact ground 121.7. Wish you a very beautiful day.
Thank you. Second right on Alpha and ground 217, FSiPanel 001. Bye-bye. All right, second right on Alpha. So that's Alpha. We can see it here. So we'll take a right there. And then I will let FSiPanel do the after landing flow for me. And I call the ground. 217. Ground, very good morning. This is FSiPanel 001. We're on Alpha.
FSiPanel 001, ground, very good morning. Welcome to LaGuardia. Continue on Alpha, and your stand today is, let me check that. You have a stand 47 today on your left. I wish you a very nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Continue on Alpha, stand 47, FSiPanel 001. Okay, so 47, that's right there. Let's see if GS6 is working this morning. And no, it doesn't start. I don't know why at LaGuardia I cannot start GS6, even though it was working in Kennedy. Probably a problem on my side. I'm not sure. If anybody has an ID, please drop a comment below and I will try to fix it. All right, guys, we are reaching our parking position. So this is a very short flight. You can fly it, of course, with the automation, visual as you like. It is advisable to, it is always a good thing to have the automation if you can, because that will help you a lot with the rest, the energy management and everything. But feel free to fly it as many times as you like with different weather. And as always, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That will help me a lot with the videos. Thank you very much for that. And let's finish the parking before I screw it up. Turn off the lights here. We are going for 47, which is right there. What I meant is don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Please hit the subscribe button and feel free to leave any comment. I will be very pleased to answer all of your comments. Thank you for watching. Let's see how is my parking from outside. Not too bad. And then we just have a quick look at the landing report from FSiPanel, and that's it. So here we just park at the first stop point. I will stop the aircraft right there. Here we go. Parking brake is set. Now we should have the APU running. That's the case. So APU bleed is on. And now I can switch off engine number 1, engine number 2. Confirm spooling down. Yes. Now we can switch the beacon light, the seatbelt sign, the transponder, and we can go ahead with the fuel pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Let's see if we have the parking checklist. Parking brake and shocks, they are set. Engines are off. Wing lights are off and the fuel pumps are off. Parking check is completed. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Let's have a quick look at the landing report so we can see how it was. Okay, so landing report, we had 3 knots of tailwind and 3 knots of crosswind, so very nice, easy. And the landing distance was good, satisfactory for the center line. So the landing itself was good. We were flaps full, auto brake low, that's good. We crossed the threshold exactly at 50 feet. I have to say that most of the time, the PAPI versus the glide slope are not accurate in MSFS 2020. I don't know if you have the same feeling, but sometimes you are coming very, very nicely on the localized and glide slope and the PAPI is not showing the same. So that's something that they need to improve. Now we have a very nice localizer deviation and glide slope deviation, and the maximum rate of descent was 700 feet per minute, and we were all stabilized with the speed. As you can see, lateral navigation was good, and we had a nice descent on the profile. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And if you have any question or comment, please drop it below. And as always, stay safe and see you very soon for another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.